Still waiting on a couple people. Well, I mean, Joe is awesome. Joe's the reason to put Brad in the drive. We're waiting.
I'm your friend.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. You know, we're waiting on a couple people because we have a baptism that we need to set up for at 10:30, so we're gonna get this show on the road. Let us pray. Almighty and ever-living God, source of all wisdom and understanding, be present with those who take counsel in the vestry and the people of All Saints Episcopal Church for the renewal and mission of your church. Teach us in all things to seek first your honor and glory. Guide us to perceive what is right, and grant us both the courage to pursue it and the grace to accomplish it, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. First up is the appointment of the clerk for the annual meeting 2025. That will be Kathleen Wender. We need to approve the minutes from last year. You have a copy of the minutes right here. We need a motion to approve in a second. Did you get that? Introduction of judges of election. Do you want to do that?
So for this year, we have 4 candidates for 4 vestry positions. According to the bylaws, we can accept that, assuming we don't have any additional nominations from the floor. Let me step over to the microphone.
Are there any nominations from the floor? Any additional nominations?
I'll make a motion that we accept the 4 candidates.
All right,
So moved.
jumping ahead, but all right, we have a motion and a second. Those in favor of accepting the slate of candidates as submitted in the meeting agenda. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, I'd like to welcome your new vestry candidates.
Please stand up if you're one of the new candidates.
Lauren Cordell, Adam Haynes, I'm sorry, I'm having a morning, Kim Torres, and Jack Athokian, who couldn't be here with us this morning. So those are our new vestry candidates stepping off the vestry this year, having served their 3-year terms. We had Nikki, Rebecca Boatman, and
Michael
Story, and Dan Dickens.
Dan Leonard.
Leonard, sorry. Yeah, one of the Dans. Both Dans left last year, okay? Cut me some slack.
Next up, Mary Lou Monty with the financial report. We move this along. If you want, we have a microphone here if you want to sit, and it's up to you. Got to turn it on. Oh, no, she's going to use that. Okay.
Does this one work?
Yes.
All right. Money comes in, money goes out. What do you want to know? Sometimes more money goes out than comes in. So let's look at the financial page. One of our strengths, well, our main strength is that we maintain a good cash balance. We do that with very conservative spending and getting our income close to what we budget. But you know, that they say cash is king. Cash is king. You know, that's very good when we're recruiting a new priest. We have that kind of financial asset. So let's keep that going, and we'll go over. And there's detailed information in the narthex, I guess, a complete budget and a complete income statement. If anybody wants all the details, I'm not going to tell you them up here. So let's say our pledges, 247. This I'm talking about the budget now. 247,695 is 96.8% of our the total would be if we got what we planned. Normally, by this time of the year, we're closer to 99%. So that's still, you know, a good couple thousand that we could hopefully get in. Designated contributions. I'm speaking for Ann Ross now. ECW doesn't have anything huge planned for 2025, but we'll get there. I'll bully her into that. Grants and bequests, that's what we get from the Foundation Trust, and it did really well this year. So how it does this year determines what our interest income will be next year. So we're planning on $66,000. The barbecue, it's pretty much what we had last year, and other, it's just other. You can find that out when you go out there and get your statements. Personnel, 239 for next year versus 247. When Mark left, he was able to get things that were budgeted for him, like his sabbatical and different things. So his income was higher this year just because of the things he was entitled to when he was leaving.
We also had to pay for 2 priests for about 3 months.
Yeah, well,
Paying for Mark on his sabbatical and paying for Phoebe to serve as our interim, so there's a little overlap.
She's worth it, don't you think? No,
do I hear a motion?
there's no raise. Whoever said that? Okay, then operating expenses. The increase is due to all of our insurances going up, like everybody else's, and electricity, just factoring inflation for that. The search process is $20,000. That's all you get in. That's for relocating the candidate and searching for the candidate. Programs is down a little bit. That's where we have to commit to paying the diocese so much every year. It's a lot of money, and it's based on your income from the previous year. So it's going to be down a little bit this year, what we have to give from what we did last year. The barbecue, again, it's inflationary. Capital repair, if you go over to 2024, it was $26.39. That was for the new stoves and lighting. And if you go down to our loss for the year of 2702, those capital repairs or improvements, really put us in the hole, but we needed them and we had the cash to pay for them. The $16,000 for next year is still getting those ovens up and running. One of my things still has a problem, and lighting, things like that. So for 2024, we had a loss of $2,700, and we're budgeting $6,000. All of you that are in the accounting world knows that's a break even. That $6,000 plus or minus one event could change that. So the thing is, the pledges. Money in the bank is key. It's just what we need. So if you have any questions, go out in the narthex and get yourself a report. Don't ask me, okay? Anybody have any questions? Oh, come on.
Quick question. In front of the spreadsheet, column L has a stewardship drive pledges of 262,750, whereas in the column 8 for the pledges is 247.
We hold back 5%. We don't put in the budget. 2% that we don't include in the budget.
I'm just wondering why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, we assume we're going to collect about 98% of the total pledges, and that's historically pretty close to accurate.
Yep. Nobody else has any questions, right? Is that putting a positive spin? You positively don't have any more questions. No. Anyway, when you get the income statement, I'll be here for a while. If you have any questions about it, just give me a shout. I think that's it. I'm done.
Can we have Jim Fuhr, please?
How did I get down here? Oh, the other way. I don't think so.
Jim is speaking on behalf of the Foundation Trust.
Good morning. Morning. I'm Jim Fuhr. I'm Secretary of the All Saints Foundation Trust. And for those of you who may not know, the Foundation Trust is a collection of endowment gifts provided to the church. These are invested, and the proceeds from those investments provide then an additional income stream to the church for various mission activities or projects. The foundation is managed by a group of trustees composed of the senior warden, the church treasurer, and three members of the parish. They are currently Colleen Andrews, Dustin Chandler, Howard Monty, Mary Lou Monty, and Sam Neal. 2024 was a good year for the stock market and a good year for the trust. Our investment balance as of January the 1st was $1,050,120. And that's about a 12.5% increase over last year. Over the 21 years of the trust, we have been able to average slightly above 10% annual return. So every October, the trustees get together, they evaluate the market performance, they evaluate the performance of the investments, and they determine what grants, how much they can grant to the church budget. For 2025, we're allocating $66,000 to the church budget. Some years are good, some years are bad. This was a good year. So over the life of the foundation, those grants have totaled $570,000. So that's over $500,000 in 20 years. Foundation Trust is a unique program, and not every parish in the diocese has one. We're one of the few, and of the trusts that do exist, we're one of the top performers. So we have to thank 20 years ago some forward-looking individuals, Kirk Weiss, John Johnson, Joel Heiss, Skeet Jernigan, and Skeet has shepherded this program for the whole 20 years. And we have to give them a lot of thanks for developing this program and its continuing success. So in finalization here, I want to ask you, as you develop your estate plan, please consider a gift to All Saints Trust. You can leave a legacy. It's something that'll live on. And in the words of Cousin Eddie, it's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark. If you have any questions about how to do that, please contact me or any of the trustees. Thank you.
Stewardship Committee? Who's representing the Stewardship Committee?
Do you have a stewardship committee?
I guess that's you,
Are you looking at me with that?
the treasurer.
Oh.
I really don't have anything to say, except I wasn't prepared, but if you look on the financials page, when we do the budget, like at this point, we know what we have in pledges, which is a number. And what we actually budget is 98% of that. We assume 2% we won't collect. So if you look at the total budget or the total receipted pledges, this is always going to be less. This is where we currently are. And as I said earlier, we're at 96.8% of what we have planned. And normally, at this time, we're 99%. And one of the, well, two reasons why we're not. One is some of our, I don't want to say biggest donors, but biggest donors have passed away. And secondly, or moved away. So we're never going to recover, obviously, those dollars. So we need our congregation to make up those dollars, either by increasing your pledge or making a pledge. I don't think I have anything else. Skeet, do I have anything else to say?
I have some stuff to say about it when I talk.
You do?
I do.
On stewardship?
Yes.
So I can leave and you can...
You can sit down.
Thank you.
Next, we don't need first ballot or second ballot since we voted in by acclamation. So that brings us to Ann Ross. It's not on.
Even though, is this on?
No, you need to flip the switch.
Where do you turn this thing on at?
I think it's on the bottom. Testing. Where's the second switch? How many people does it take? There it goes.
Hello. Here we go. How many STEM degrees does it take to turn on a microphone?
Not that I need the benefit of this. Would the members of the search committee please stand? I ask all of you to please give these hardworking people who've had to put up with me a round of applause. Thank you guys so much. You know how much I count on you guys. All right, we have finished the hardest part, sort of the hardest part of our job. The ministry profile, which is the document that interested potential rectors will see, that has been completed, that has been sent to the diocese, that has been approved by the diocese, and they told us they were surprised that we got it right on the first try. But that's because of you guys and the answers and the input you gave us at the small group meetings. So we thank you for all of that. The second part is the parish profile. And that basically is the outward-facing document that interested candidates will see. That will go on multiple different websites. And I personally have been working on that. It seems like I've been working on it for about 400 years, but it's only been several months. When I sent the rough draft to the rest of the committee, I told them I've been a marketer for over 30 years, and this was the hardest marketing piece I have ever written in my life. I prayed a lot about it, and I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning and make notes. My dog wondered what was going on. But anyway, that is done. And Skeet made the suggestion to me earlier that once the diocese gets all this and the diocese, says the parish profile looks great, that we'll put it on our website so that you all can see our sales piece, because that's exactly what this is. It's a sales piece. It is selling this parish to a potential rector. So I'm sending everything to the diocese on Tuesday. We have everything that we need from vestry and the finance committee. I I have no doubt in my mind that we will find the right candidate for us. I don't know how long it will take, because there are a lot of openings out there and a shortage of clergy. So I don't know how long it'll take, but bear with us. I think that we have not skipped a beat since Father Mark has left. We've got a wonderful interim rector who hopefully will stay on past her year contract if she's available. But I think that, you know, we're going to find someone, and I think you all will be pleased. And I noticed on the budget that the search committee has a budget of $20,000. Guys, we're going to party when this is over. We're going to have a nice little party now. And I know what that's for, but I want to thank the parish for your patience that you've had so far and the patience that you will have going forward. And again, I want to thank the committee. You guys have just, you've been great. All of your input has been great. And it's been a really good group to work with. So thank you. Anyone have any questions? Joe.
I think Gigi's a great preacher, and I wish she could be elected.
Second.
Thanks.
Next up will be our senior warden, Dustin Chandler.
Hello again. At some point, you guys will get tired of hearing announcements from me. But Gigi has told me that I'm stuck in this job until we find find our new rector. So you may be stuck with me for a while yet. Ann has done a great job as our search chair, so other than that, I just have a couple of quick updates. We've got a new vestry. We've got a lot planned coming up this year. We've been working with Gigi. We're going to make some security updates around the church. Hopefully for you guys that get those phone calls at 4 in the afternoon when the smoke alarm goes off, we'll be able to cut down on that some. Other than that, Ann really covered most of what I had to say in terms of administration. The search process is going great. We hope to have a new rector soon. We all need to have some patience in the process and trust in the process. Everything else I can think that I was planning on having to say, Alex is here now, so he'll be able to talk about facilities. So I think that's next on the agenda. Is
Actually, he doesn't have a place, but we can put him on there. That'd be great.
So I'll turn everything over to our junior warden for an update on facilities.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's been a busy year for facilities. As Mary Lou pointed out, we've had some capital expenses with the ovens, the lighting. I don't know if you recall, earlier in the year we had multiple of these pendant lights were failing and flickering and dying, and it's an adventure to get out here with the lift that comes up and fixes them and repairs them, and we've had to do that multiple times. New computer for the sound system, a couple other big hits. But we are in a better position going into this coming year than we were when we started this year. I don't know if you recall, but we had leaks and molds in the Undercroft last January. We found the causes of those, repaired it once, found another cause, repaired that one, and we're moving forward. We have a couple of big hitters that are on the horizon. First, I want to say, just with gratitude and love in my heart, that we have a very generous donation for repairs to the organ. That is going to help us to get not all the way there, but part way there, and we are matching with that, using that to help match and put out a call for additional funds. That will be $18,000 to $26,000. We don't know yet. This past week, we started our first step in that adventure by doing some disassembly and checks of the stops and the toe board. I've got to talk with the tuner, Brad Rule, and see where he's at with that and what our next thoughts are. But after Easter and through the summer, we will expect to start disassembling portions and parts of the organ and go as far as we can with the funding that we have. It is a tremendous instrument. It really supports our worship and life in this community. So this is kind of the first time that we're putting it out there, but I will have more to say on that farther down. There are other repairs that are going to be due, but I'm working on that, and we'll get quotes, and that's part and parcel of the job. It's nothing more than we normally do. There's the big, really big hit things are, I'll have to look and see how they come out. Things like siding, repointing and paving, working on the parking lot, and significant work at the barbecue pit. We have helping hands in most of that. I just want to say thank you very much. We had a tremendous turnout for our in-service day working outside the grounds of the church. I was blown away by the response to that, and as you can see, we are still it still looks really nice and would not be there if it were not there. Are there any questions of the junior warden? When will the ovens be ready? One oven is ready. The oven is working but needs to be calibrated. The griddle top needs to be replaced. We've got a replacement that's being sent to us by the manufacturer, and I am in discussions with 2 different companies on installing that. So it was supposed to be here this past week. It wasn't. We're kind of at the mercy of that. But both ovens are working, and the burner top stove is working. The griddle top is not yet functional. Simple answer is I expect by the end of this month. Okay. Thank you very much.
Next up is me. First of all, thank you for letting me be your pastor. It has been 7 months already. I find that hard to believe, actually, but it has been 7 months, and I'm enjoying myself. I tell the bishop I'm enjoying myself. I want to thank you, the people who keep this place running, not just the vestry, but people like Kathleen, Jonathan Richardson, Sherry Chiapetta, the people who do the sound, all the people who work behind the scenes and are often unsung heroes. I think we should give them all a round of applause. There's been lots of good stuff. The list of lay Eucharistic ministers, we did trainings and got that list up to probably about 20 people. Yesterday, we had training of lay Eucharistic visitors. Those are people who take communion to people who, for some reason, cannot come to the principal service, usually due to health reasons. We probably had 7 or 8 come to that. So that was very encouraging. Wednesday nights, we've had Wednesday night programs. This coming Wednesday, we will start a 5-week series on major religions of the world. We just sang your praises, Jonathan, you missed it. Major religions of the world. We live in a multicultural society, and I think it is wise and prudent and to know more about those who take this journey on our earthly home, to understand what other people believe. It starts this Wednesday. We do need volunteers to help with the meals at these. We usually eat at 5:30. Program begins at 6 o'clock. During the programs we've had, it's been running anywhere from 15 to 20, I guess, depending on the night. We'd love to see more of you. Sunday mornings, we've been doing a Episcopal 101 class. That's been affected by the weather, quite honestly. The last Sunday we had to miss. Today we're missing because of this. Next Sunday we'll miss because I'll be marrying my nephew. Yay. But then we'll pick up after on February 2nd. It's not just for people who are being confirmed or received. It's for anybody who's interested. I don't know yet what program I'll do after that, but it'll be something. Before the Episcopal 101, we were looking at the lectionary readings. We might go back to that. Another exciting thing, and this is due to this man over here, that for the first time in what I've been told about 10 years, we had a children's pageant that was attended by 101 people. That's out of the box thinking. You know, also out of the box thinking, he's trying to get a children's choir going for special services. In talking to Martha Hall, she wants to get a junior altar guild going. We've got to have ways to get children involved and to keep them involved. Watching the Corbett kids serve as lectors, I mean, they blow me away, how well they read. We've had a healing team going. I said I was going to talk about stewardship a little bit because there's good there and there's bad there. The good there is that there are 22 new pledges this year, and that is the most new pledges we've had since 2016. Also, 47 out of 80 pledges received increased their pledge. That's 59% of people increased their pledge. That's the highest since 2019. So that's good news. The problem, as somebody said earlier, is that a lot of our biggest donors either passed away or moved. There are still 34 possible pledges, I believe, outstanding. You'll notice that we are short roughly $3,000. We would experience a roughly $3,000 budget shortfall this year. If each of those 34 people donated $2 a week, that would balance our budget. Every pledge dollar counts. Programs cost money. If you want programs, we have to support them, not just financially, but by showing up and supporting them. We need your participation. We need your support. I worry about the barbecue. We have no problem getting people to work the jobs inside the building or in the tent. But without people who commit to working those pits, there are no jobs inside or in the tent. And there was a time when those funds were used for extra things around here. Wasn't it the roof that it paid for first? And outreach projects? Now that that barbecue money is a crucial part of our operating budget. Times have changed. So it's important that we have participation at every level. And I think if you do, you'll find that you'll get something back. I have found that every time I give, whether it's financially or of my time, I get something back. And that's not why we do things, is to get something back. It's not a quid pro quo. It's because of our commitment to Jesus Christ and our commitment to this place and the people in this place. So I urge you, please support these programs. Please support the people who help keep this place running. It doesn't take a second to tell somebody thank you. So thank you to all of you who keep this place going and who allow me to be your interim rector. Dream big. Clergy come and go. Now, a lot of clergy would be upset with me, and if you're watching, I apologize, but I really don't care. Clergy are really the hired help. That's what we are. We're not technically members of the church. This is your church. It's not my church. It wasn't Father Mark's church. It wasn't Sherry Falk's church. It's your church. What do you want it to look like? That takes commitment, and it takes dedication, and it takes getting up and doing things when you maybe don't really feel like doing them. So I urge you, please support the programs and the people who make things happen here. Dream big. And that's all I have to say. Do we have a motion to adjourn? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Adjourned.